Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to YSN's live presentation of Boardman Spartan football. Tonight, the final game of the regular season with playoff implications on the line. The Canfield Cardinals have come to town. The short drive east on 224 to face the Spartans. Don Muscola along with Donnie Riccatelli on senior night here in Boardman. And Donnie, finally, in the final night of the regular season, it feels like football weather.
Finally, and like it took a tornado-like weather yesterday to bring in that nice cold front. But this is what these kids, they're ready and battle-tested for by the end of the season. They're usually in a lot worse weather. So we'll see how it goes today.
And the Spartans ready to make their entrance into Spartan Stadium. The final time here for this senior class under Coach Seth Antrim in his first year. Boardman 4-4, Canfield 8-1 on the season, and here come the Spartans. And we talked a little bit, Donnie, about the playoff implications on the line. Canfield is definitely in no matter what happens tonight, the Division III school with an 8-1 record. Boardman sitting at 4-4. And according to the state, we're in 16th place in the top 16 in their region make it. Not definitely would they be out with a loss tonight, but then they'd need some help so they control their own destiny here this evening.
They definitely do, and it's a lot easier getting a win and not worrying about what everybody else does in the state of Ohio. But, it is what it is.
We're going to pause as the Boardman Spartan Marching Band brings you our national anthem. Spartan Marching Band doing a great job tonight. You'll notice the uniform's a little bit different this evening. The seniors are noted in the white uniforms, and then the underclassmen in the traditional maroon uniforms for the Boardman Spartan Marching Band. We've also got a contingent of youth cheerleaders down on the track, too many to count.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like several hundred young ladies down there with the pink pom-poms and cheerleader outfits, and they'll be assisting the Boardman varsity cheerleaders here tonight. Good crowd on hand on senior night. We would expect it. The Boardman student section full as it usually is. They're wearing pink this evening is the theme tonight. So they're down below us to the left. They're decked out in their pink outfits. Of course, Boardman coach Seth Antrim in his first year, 4-4 on the season. Difference in experience with Mike Pavlansky, who is in his 21st season in a record of 187-92. Tonight is his 280th game as a head coach. So one of the more experienced coaches in the area going against one of the newcomers here on the other sideline.
Yeah, Coach Pav's one of those guys that you got to love. I mean, he's been one of those preeminent coaches that just their kids just play so hard year in and year out for him. His kids are great. I coached his daughter Lauren in freshman basketball way back when. She's now a coach herself and a teacher over at South Range. So he's definitely done things right.
You're giving away your age here, Donnie, tonight.
A little bit.
This is the 18th meeting all time between Boardman and Canfield. Canfield has an edge of 9-8. These teams first played, get this, 1926. Which was a Boardman 6-0 win. And if you wonder, Calvin Coolidge was the president of the United States then.
Wow.
And the Canfield Fair, which turned 175 this year, was only in its 80th year. And you could buy a new car for, get this, in 1926, $365 for a Model T.
Wow, is that tax in?
I don't know if that's tax in or not, but if you could, I would challenge anybody to go up to any of the car lots along Market Street today and see what you could get for $360.
Something tells me the tax rate wasn't the same back then.
Probably not. Probably not. But just about ready to get underway. These teams played back in the 20s and early 30s. Then there was a 50-year break until they met again for 3 seasons, 1980 to 82. Played again in 85 and then not again until 2015. Canfield's won the last 5. Boardman's last win came in 2015, a 10-0 win.
You know what's so funny is we talked about this a few weeks ago when Canfield was playing Austintown Fitch. They hadn't played each other since like 2003, and you would think, you know, they're all connected to each other. You would think that they would be scheduled way more often.
Cole Conkson with the kick. It'll come down short, taken by one of the up men at the 20-yard line. And he's got some running room down that sideline, and he'll be tripped up by number 17, Phil Clark. That was number 3. That is Zane Muckleroy, a senior, 5'10", 153 pounds. We'll see him at wide receiver and cornerback tonight.
Yeah, that was a heck of an open field tackle, pretty much a karate chop to the leg, or else he may be in the end zone.
Clark doesn't get him. There's really nothing between the end zone and him than the green turf of Spartan Stadium. We're going to see one of the best young quarterbacks here in the area, Brock Lowry, number 12. He's a junior, 6'3", 193 pounds. And he's putting up some impressive numbers for the Cardinals this year.
He really is. Something tells me this isn't going to be like the first meeting of 6-0 today, Don.
And just like that, we're going to get an illegal procedure call against the Canfield Cardinals. 5-yard penalty. It'll make it 1st and 15. Had a couple of guys in motion, and referee Jeff Davis and threw the flag immediately. So they'll start behind the sticks to start the game.
It's one thing I noticed they pay a lot more attention to anymore is making sure everybody's set, or, you know, at least not 2 people moving at the same time.
Lowry back to throw. He's under some pressure, and he is going to be sacked. That's number 5, Fernando Ortiz for the Spartans. That is his 6th quarterback sack of the year. He leads the Spartans. And so a 7-yard loss is going to put him in a 2nd and 22 situation.
It's what you want to do for the Spartans. You want to win on first down, which they did on that penalty, and then you get the sack again on first down for 7 yards, minus 7 yards. I mean, it's off to a great start for the defense, but keep up the momentum and you're good.
2nd and 22, empty backfield for Lowry. Handoff is to Mike Crawford. Short gain. Gets a little bit of that yardage back, but it'll be 3rd and 16.
If you're Canfield on that 2nd down, all you want to do is try to get a 3rd and manageable. Pretty smart move on Coach Pav's part. Be big if Boardman can get them.
Toby Smith in the backfield with Lowry. Lowry straight back to throw. Has plenty of time now. Good pocket. He'll now tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down short of the first down up at the 47-yard line. It'll set up a 4th down and about 7. Likely punting situation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, nice defensive stand for the Spartans on that first drive. Got a very elusive punt returner, Cam Thompson. See if they kick to him.
Thompson brought a punt back for a touchdown in the last game against Fitch. That was his 2nd punt return of the year for a touchdown, and Spartans could use another one tonight. Touchdown in the special teams area of this game would be great for Boardman.
Yeah, if he hits top gear, Don, there's nobody that's going to catch him. And they are not going to.
Danny Inglis with the punt. Angles it away from Thompson. It'll go out of bounds near the 25-yard line while Boardman will set up 1st and 10, 9 minutes, 47 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
After the 27-yard punt from Canfield, the Spartans will start 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Terrence Thomas, the Purdue commit at quarterback for Boardman, number 14. He calls his own number, has some running room, nice gain on first down, looks like about 7 yards. It'll bring up second and short, and that's exactly what Coach Armstrong wants on first down.
Yeah, he definitely did a nice job of waiting for his blocks. He had Sean O'Horo come out in front of him to lead the way for him. Nice shifty run there for to win first down, that's for sure. Something a little different here that you haven't seen from the Spartans is a trip set with Cam Thompson being over with Anthony Hightower.
They'll throw it out to Thompson. He'll make a man miss, and he'll be brought down at the 39-yard line. He'll have enough for the first down, so Boardman moves the chains on their first drive of the ball game.
Nice start for the Spartans. If they can continue that and take the pressure off the run game, Sean O'Horo should be able to get 87 yards needed for second all-time, Don?
He needs 87 yards to go second all-time on the Spartan all-time rushing list. He needs 125 yards to get 1,000 on the season. Came into this game with 875 yards and 7 touchdowns on the year. Give this to O'Hora, and he'll get a couple of those yards just over the 40-yard line. Short gain. We'll call it 1, second down and 9.
One thing that I've noticed in the last couple weeks is a lot of teams are really good laterally. It looks like Canfield's not as quick laterally as Austintown or Warren Harding was, but look to see what the Spartans do to exploit that.
Fakes it to O'Hora. Thomas keeps it himself with running room down the sideline. And he'll be brought down at the 21-yard line. Making the tackle for Canfield is Paulo Papalia. But not before Terrence Thomas is deep into Canfield territory and at the edge of the audible call red zone. They'll spot it at the 22. First down, Spartans.
If you're Boardman, you got to love their start defensively and big plays on offense. It'd be nice to smack them in the mouth early.
And again, a lot on the line here for Boardman in terms of making the playoffs. Like we said at the outset, Canfield in. They know these players want to play next week. Give us to Sean O'Hora. Running room over to the left side. He'll get down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Nice gain. Brings up a second down and 2 or 3 for Boardman.
That's one really nice thing, too, to see O'Horo get a rush on the edge. He really doesn't get many opportunities on the edge, but, man, he's been very impressive when he does get that opportunity. He takes that edge pretty strong, and he's always on positive.
If you're just with us, just underway here in the first quarter, 7 minutes, 2 seconds left to play. Give this to O'Hora again, tries the other side. They'll string that out a little better, but he'll get down to the 15-yard line. Gain of only 1. He'll set up third down and short for Boardman. Big third down early in the first quarter here for Boardman.
Yeah, it looks like there's some confusion on the play. Still have plenty of time to get the play off there.
Play clock at 10. Give us to O'Hora, and he'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Flag goes in the air after the play.
I wonder if that might be a late hit.
I initially thought that they got O'Hora's face mask, but
yeah, he went down pretty quick.
He did go pretty quick, but where that flag came in a lot later and looked like it was after the play. We'll wait for Jeff Davis to let us know.
Personal foul, 57 on the offense. Dead ball, personal foul, 27 on the defense.
So we're going to have offsetting penalties, and they will personal fouls against Boardman player and a Canfield player. I didn't catch the second number. But in any case, it's going to be 4th and 3 Boardman, and the field goal unit will come out for Coach Armstrong.
Yeah, you got a tried and true field goal kicker coming out. You want to get points on the board early on, absolutely.
Conkson is 3 of 3 on the season with a long of 42. He got that against Warren Harding. This will be a 32-yard attempt in the center of the field. Ortiz gets it down. Conkson's kick is up, and Conkson's kick is good.
Would've
So
been good
with
from
5
50.
minutes, 52 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, the score, Boardman 3, Canfield nothing.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Number 80, Cole Conkson will kick off for Boardman. Squib kick on the ground. Be taken by number 3, Zane McElroy, and he'll be brought down quickly just over the 30-yard line.
I tell you what, Don, I'm really impressed with Boardman tonight. They've come to play. They really have. I mean, it's they got everything to lose in this game. The backs are against the wall, and Canfield obviously is a lot more comfortable with their playoff position. But man, I tell you what, if Boardman keeps this tenacity up, this could be a fun night. It
might be cliche, but it looks like they got a little extra spring in their step tonight.
Yeah.
A little bit more excitement, a little more jumping around on the sidelines. So
they're bringing the juice.
They are fired up to play this game against Canfield. And of course, this senior class, if they don't win this game against Canfield tonight, they'll go out having lost to them 4 straight years. So they certainly don't want that to happen. Lowry will call his own number. Lowry will run into one of his own men and be brought down by the center of that Boardman defensive line. Loss of 1 or 2 there.
Cortland Love, man. Cortland Love blew up that play big time. I tell you what, the left tackle for Canfield is lucky he didn't get called for a holding because it looked like he was tackling Cortland Love to the ground as well.
No room to run there for Lowry.
Looks like these guys want to play a week 11.
Toby Smith in the backfield with Lowry. 2 wideouts both sides. He'll look to throw. Completes it out to number 80. That's Paul Campbell. Check that. That was number 10, Jaden Jaffer. Guess I need my glasses this evening. Gets it out to the 37-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down and 3 for Canfield. Clock is running under 5 minutes first quarter.
It's a manageable 3rd down for Canfield, but Boardman, if I'm Boardman, I'm still applying that pressure on the quarterback. It's no gimme.
Already with 1 sack this evening and a tackle for loss early in this game.
Looks like a false start.
And we're going to have a false start. We'll wait for referee Jeff Davis to confirm that. The flag came in down from the far sideline. Already 3rd penalty against Canfield. A penalty against Toby Smith. Saw the same thing on the first drive, so Canfield not looking very crisp here early in this ball game. 3rd down now, and 8 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and if you're Boardman, you want to make sure that you capitalize on them sleeping, because if they wake up, they can be extremely dangerous.
Lowry will fake the handoff, keeps it himself, and now he's got running room into the Spartan secondary. Breaks some tackles. And the only man to get him will be Sean O'Hora, but not till he's down inside the 10-yard line. They had him short of the 1st down. Lowry's a big kid, 6'3", 193, and he broke some tackles and was into the Spartan secondary. So just like that, Lowry gets his Cardinals into the red zone, the audible call red zone, where it'll be 1st and goal, Canfield at the 7-yard line.
That was a backbreaker for Boardman right there. They had him dead to rights before the 1st down, and broke quite a few tackles on the way down. Looks like they tried to hit him low. He broke those tackles pretty easily, so might have to hit him a little bit higher next time.
We've seen this Spartan defense stiffen inside the red zone. They're going to need to do it here, holding on to a 3-0 lead. And there they get him in the backfield. Sean O'Hora and Isaiah Torres get Crawford for a loss, knocks him back to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 9.
Yeah, great pursuit right there by Sean O'Hora, getting in there. Even though he didn't make the tackle initially, he was able to lunge back at him and assist on it. They got Boardman pretty spread out. Wouldn't be surprised to see a sneak here.
We'll call his own number again, and that doesn't fool anybody. The center of that Spartan defensive line gets him right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal, Canfield. You know, I am impressed by the amount of penetration that Boardman's able to get against this Canfield offensive line.
Boardman's defensive line is massive. I mean, that's one thing that you got to make sure if you're Boardman, you got to stay in your zone, stay disciplined on the defensive line, and let these linebackers work.
Officials timeout. Cortland Love being brought off the field by the officials. Not sure if it's an equipment-related problem or what the issue is. He's not happy to be coming out of the game. You wouldn't expect that he would be. So not sure
what happened.
Not sure what happened. Nobody's working on his equipment, but he is talking to the coaching staff. Lowry will drop back, looks to throw, he's got his man, and in the end zone is Drew Carochi, the senior, for the Canfield touchdown. 9-yard pass from Brock Lowry.
Yeah, we weren't even close to guarding him either. We played a little bit too soft in the secondary. It's been kind of a downfall for Boardman all year is how soft they've been playing in the secondary. They don't want to get beat behind them, but when you're in the red zone, everything should be in front of you as it is, so got to play a little bit tighter there.
Ben Pugh, the senior place kicker, on to attempt the extra point for Canfield. His kick is up, and his kick is good. So with 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, the score Canfield 7, Boardman 3. You're watching high school football on YSN.
I got into the car business and I worked for about 19 years for Saturn. I have always wanted to make sure that the customers' wants and needs were met. Well, I'd like customers to know that I care about them. My goal is to try to find the right vehicle that's the appropriate vehicle for them. I'm Robert Colbert, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
So after a 6-play, 70-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 52 seconds, Canfield gets on the board to take the lead over Boardman 7-3. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to play in the first quarter here from Spartan Stadium.
That was tough. That big play by Brock, that big quarterback run where we had him before the sticks, and man, he just kept rumbling.
Yeah, they had him stopped and just couldn't wrap him up and make the tackle, and he was off to the races at that point. They stood strong on the first couple of plays inside the 10-yard line, and then Brock Lowry to Drew Carochi for the 10-yard touchdown pass to give Canfield the lead 7-3.
And if you're Boardman offensively, you move the ball yourself, so just make sure you answer that scoring drive with one of your own right now.
Two dangerous returners for Boardman, Cam Thompson and Anthony Hightower deep. And they'll kick it to Hightower. He'll let that go into the end zone for a touchback. And now a little extracurricular activity there between Fernando Ortiz and Danny Inglis.
Fernando's got to watch. He's had some personal foul penalties called against him a few times this year. Just play to the whistle, move on.
Yeah, you really got to let your play on the field speak for itself here tonight.
Yeah. Especially tonight when your back's against the wall. You can't afford any of that nonsense.
Okay, so the Spartans will start their second offensive drive, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, trailing 7-3. Give us to Ortiz.
That's Thompson.
Or no, that's Thompson. You're right.
It's
These
okay.
single-digit numbers
Single digits are so
hit me
tight.
every time.
They're so tight down there, guys. We're very far away from the field.
So Cam Thompson will have 10 yards, just enough for a first down, move the sticks. And that's a new wrinkle we started to see last week with Cam Thompson touching the ball.
Yeah.
On some handoffs, some jet sweep type action and things like that. And I think Boardman's going to try to continue to do that. You've got an athlete like that on the field.
Yeah, and no offense to the other offensive weapons for Boardman, but if 6, 3, and 14 are touching the ball on every possession, on every drive, I should say, then something's wrong. I mean, you can wrinkle in a little bit of Hightower, number 1, but those are your playmakers. Your horse has been number 6 all year long, and Thompson's been making highlight play after highlight play all year. And, you know, Terrence Thomas is finally getting back into a groove. As you saw, he broke off that nice long run. So those are the guys I'm relying on today, especially.
Short game by Thomas on first down. 2nd and 9 for Boardman at the 31-yard line. O'Hora in the backfield with Thomas. 3 wideouts to the left. They'll flip it out to Cam Thompson, get some blocking out on the outside, and he'll be stopped right up at about the 40-yard line, very close to the first down marker. We'll see where the spot is. They'll either have it or be just short. And they're going to move the sticks, so 9-yard completion from Terrence Thomas to Cam Thompson.
One nice thing that Cam Thompson has as well is size. He has speed, but he also has a lot of size too. He went through 2-3 defenders there for that extra yardage for the first down. Big time play by Cam.
Nice block by Thomas Andahar on the outside to really spring him there for that 10-yard gain. And Coach Seth Antrim will call timeout, his first of the first half. We'll take a break and be back after this from Youngstown State University.
Growing up, I love figuring out how things work, putting things together. I love being able to come up with an idea, design it, just the whole process of creating things. I go to school here at Youngstown State, and my passion is 3D design. I chose YSU because all the equipment, the research being done here, it's like a playground for me. I'm Alex, and I'm Y and proud.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
After the timeout, with 1:21 left in the first quarter, Boardman's got it 1st and 10 at the 40, trailing Canfield by 4. Thomas calls his own number again. He's got some room through the middle, breaking some tackles, juggles the ball, and he'll be brought down after a gain of 9 at the 49-yard line.
Very impressive run by Thomas there. Again, you're waiting for your blockers. You're being patient. You're moving, pretty much moving the sticks. You can do whatever you want on second down now.
Tosses it out to Thompson. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Did the ball come out?
They called him down.
Yeah, he was called down on the field. Ball came out over there, but he'll have enough for the first down. And we're not like the NFL. We don't have to wait for New York to confirm it or check it out or whatnot. So 1st and 10 Spartans at the 45-yard line. trailing by 4. Clock running under a minute left in the first quarter.
So now that we see this trip set with Thompson over here on the far side, it looks like they found something with that little quick hitch.
Give is to Sean O'Hora. O'Hora will fight for short yardage.
Be nice to see Sean get more than half his yards in the first half. That would mean Boardman's moving the football.
And the clock's going to run, and this will be the end of the first quarter. When we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans inside Canfield territory, trailing by 4.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
And we're back for the start of the second quarter here at Spartan Stadium in Boardman with the score Canfield 7, Boardman 3. Terrence Thomas will give it to Sean O'Hora. No, he'll keep it himself. Running room for Thomas, and he'll be brought down in the secondary at the 25-yard line. He'll have enough for another Boardman Spartan first down.
And Don, for the first time in a long time, I'm seeing a lot of really good focus and drive from Terrence Thomas. He's making the right choices so far in this ball game. I mean, he knows what's at stake for him. He's a senior.
Give us to Ortiz. Ortiz makes a man miss, spins out of a tackle, and he'll be brought down after a gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Boardman. You know, the one thing that I've noticed from Thomas tonight is he is very decisive on the read option and what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And we saw earlier in the year where he should have handed it off or taken it back. There's some indecision there. None of that tonight.
Right.
And you can tell the difference in what he's able to do.
Man, it makes that offense a lot faster, that's for sure.
2nd and 6 for Boardman. Give is to Sean O'Hora. And looked like he was going to get nothing. Managed to get about 2.
Yeah, it was a nice hard run by Sean.
He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, bounced off the tackler. And, you know, that's something we've seen from him all year long, Donnie, is he's able to get some yardage even when there's nothing there.
Right. Be interesting to see what they do here if they don't pick up this first down. Is it two down territory for them, or do they have that tried and true field goal kicker making it a 1-point game?
Give us to O'Hora. And we're going to see what the decision is going to be because he's going to be short of the first down. Not much there. Maybe got 1. It'll be 4th and 2 for Boardman. So decision time for Coach Antrim early in this ball game. And it doesn't look like the kicking unit's coming out there. Well within Cole Conkson's range.
Yeah, they still have 30 seconds to decide. It's a tough thing. And 4th and 2. If it's 4th and short, I would say go for it. But 4th and 2, let's kick that field goal.
And timeout on the field. Their second of the game by Boardman. And we'll be back after this from Greenwood Chevrolet.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My old boss, he said I would be good at sales because I'm good with people and everything like that. So he offered me a job, and here I am. I have a lot of repeat customers, and referrals, and it's just nice seeing them with smiles on their faces when, they pick up their vehicles, them telling me how happy they are with the vehicles. So that's what keeps you going. I'm Jim Timko, and I've been at Greenwood Chevrolet for 20 years.
See Jim Timko over at Greenwood Chevrolet for all your Chevrolet needs. We're back for 4th and 3 for the Spartans. Give is to Fernando Ortiz, and he is going to be stopped short, I believe. We'll see where the marker is. Drew Caroshi on the tackle for Canfield. The Spartans pointing like they have it, but they're indeed just short. Needed to get down to the 15-yard line, and he was at the 16 where he was brought down. So it'll be 1st and 10 Canfield at the 16-yard line after stopping Boardman.
Sometimes you might second guess yourself. You ran that same play 3 times in a row, thinking maybe you saw something, but looks like Thomas is getting a little bit of an earful from Coach Antrim. Maybe that was supposed to be a little bit of an option there.
So the Spartan defense will have to stiffen here after the offense turns it over on downs inside the red zone.
And other than giving up that big play for Boardman, the defense has been playing fine. It's just, you give up that big play and then it leads to a touchdown. The coverage wasn't all that good on that touchdown either. So
this will be the 3rd illegal procedure penalty against Canfield here earlier in this ball game. So, for it being week 10, pretty surprising for a team with Canfield's record, 8-1. Very, very strong position in the state, well coached. 3 illegal procedures right off the bat. Canfield run. That's number 25, Mike Crawford. And another flag on the play.
Looks
Thomas
like a
Andahar
personal
on
foul.
the tackle.
Boardman cannot afford these personal foul calls.
Personal foul on Boardman's Fernando Ortiz will give Canfield 15 yards and get them out of the shadow of their own goal line. So,
Fernando's not a senior. He doesn't understand what these seniors are up against tonight. And this is way too many for this kid all season long. It's kind of frustrating to call these games when all you have to do is play to the whistle and be done, move on. You cannot do this to your team.
Can't afford to be giving Canfield free yardage, that's for sure. Lowry will hand it off. It's Mike Crawford, short gain. Sean O'Hora with the tackle for Boardman. He got 4, so it's 2nd down and 6.
Yeah.
Lowry will look to throw. Across the middle and juggling the ball. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Drew Carochi. He had it going to the ground.
No, he's calling that a catch.
No, he waved it off initially.
Yeah, I think he was stopping the ball there, the clock.
Coach Antrim not happy because that official waved that off. He definitely juggled it. Unfortunately, no replay here in high school football.
Yeah.
I will say this. I did think that he gathered it in.
He may have gathered it in, but still just didn't look like he caught it clean enough.
First down Canfield at the 30. Give is to Paolo Papalia.
Looks like a hold.
And it looks like that one will come back for sure. Coach Antrim was actually livid, and I think he saw the same thing we did.
Yeah.
The back judge came running up and was signaling incomplete pass. You're right. Maybe he was confused on what he was signaling, but then they mark the ball as a completed catch.
Yeah.
Holding on number 56, that's Nick Bowen. That'll back Canfield up 10, sets up a first down and 20 back at the 40-yard line.
It's a big-time throw by Brock, though.
Nice throw. It was on the money.
Yeah.
Threw a rope to Papalio. Or Carochi, I'm sorry. And looking to do a screen pass, nothing there. Lowry throws it into the feet of the Spartan defenders. And the Spartans looking for an intentional grounding call, but there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah.
So second down and 20, Canfield. Lowry back to throw. And his pass is in and out of the hands of Danny Inglis, who was one-on-one out there with Anthony Hightower, but he drops the ball, and it'll bring up third down and 20, Canfield.
Big third down for the Spartans. You want to keep them out of field goal range as well.
Too many men on the field for Canfield. They had 12 men in the huddle. That'll back them up another 5 yards and make it third and 25. You know, I am amazed, Donnie, with I kept being told this week by what a crisp team Canfield is and how well they play, but nothing but flags here in the first half.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's because they know that they're playing a week 11 and they're a little bit more careless.
Lowry will run it himself. He's got some room in the middle. And
this is what you can't give up here.
No, he should have been brought down at about the 35, 36-yard line. He breaks tackles, gets it down inside the 30 for a manageable fourth down here. So now if they were going to think about punting it there, they're not now.
No, they're either going to go for it or kick that field goal. But my goodness, you had two Boardman Spartans in pursuit, and they ended up tackling each other instead of him. Got to have your heads up. Got to know where the quarterback is, guys.
4th and 8 for Canfield, and they're going to call timeout here, their first of the half. We'll take it with them and be back after this from WFMJ.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Jarrett Smotrella of WRS Insurance Solutions and proud Crestview alum, reminding you that it is open enrollment for Medicare.
Now through December 7th, those who qualify can visit our local independent agency by calling us at 330-953-3722 or visiting us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com or by scheduling an appointment at our South Avenue office located in Boardman.
Good luck, Rebels.
Big fourth down for Canfield here. Ball is spotted at the Boardman 28-yard line. They've got a 7-3 lead, and the Boardman defense looks to get the stop here. Lowry will sprint to the right, throws it back to the left. And Boardman's going to make the tackle short of the first down. Looks like he's going to be just short. That's number 14, Drew Karachi. And Sean O'Hora makes the solid tackle for the Spartans. It'll be first down Boardman, so the defense stiffens.
Big time play by the defense there. Just did exactly what Canfield did to us. So now we get a see if we can move that ball on down the field, buddy.
Boardman offense has looked good. They've moved the ball down the field twice, were stopped on downs and kicked a field goal. So Coach Antrim's got to be happy about what he's seen out of his offense thus far.
Just got to get some points out of it. I mean, they very well could have kicked that field goal down there too. I mean, it was a long 4th down and 2.
If you're wondering why you're seeing ads while we're talking, we do take the feed from the BSTN production crew here that does the video board at Spartan Stadium. Give us to Cam Thompson, and Thompson will be brought down after a short gain. Well, these students from BSTN do a great job.
They
but
really
that's,
do.
If you're just tuning in, that's why you're seeing some of these ads on here as we're talking about the game. We get the feed that goes on to the, quite frankly, spectacular video board here at Spartan Stadium. I know when it was put in, it was the biggest video board at a high school this side of the Mississippi.
Yes. It still may be.
It still may be. Beautiful HD video board. They do a lot with it, show movies sometimes for the elementary kids. Great thing. Terrence Thomas will get it out to Sean O'Hora. Makes a man miss. And short gain for O'Hora. And now down on the field injured is Cam Thompson. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah. Cam's been bothered by a bum shoulder for pretty much most of the year, so looks like maybe he landed on that pretty good.
Not sure if he got touched. He certainly wasn't involved in the in the play, but it looks like he was running around and then went and fell down as the play came to an end. So hopefully
that may have happened on the previous play when he ran the ball too.
Could be. We'll take a break now, and we'll update you on Cam Thompson's his condition. After this, from Coca's Pizza and Kent State University.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
Cam Thompson did come off the field under his own power. He was holding that shoulder, so you were right, Donnie. I think it was something shoulder-related.
Yeah.
But the Spartan training staff out to take a look at him, and he's now on the sidelines under the care of trainer Mike Keneally.
This is a big 3rd down for Boardman, also a big 3rd down for Canfield. But if you're Terrence Thomas, a little RPO action wouldn't hurt right now.
We'll put Andujar in motion. He'll fake it to O'Hora. Looks to throw. He's got time. He's going to go deep down the field. And Andujar just overthrown there.
Yeah, the problem is he's a sophomore. He's young. He stopped his route. You got to keep running. I mean, you can't stop and then have the ball get thrown over top of you. You got to keep running, let that ball come underneath you.
Oliver Kovas in coverage for Canfield, and you're exactly right. He was open if he'd have kept running down the field. So maybe something they can come back to later in the game, but it'll be now 4th and 7, and they'll punt it away to the Cardinals. Deep to receive for Canfield, Drew Carochi and Oliver Kovas. They'll set up at about the 40-yard line. They'll now switch sides of the field. And Fernando Ortiz on to punt for Boardman. We've seen a number of different punters thus far this year. Ortiz will get it off. Short punt. That is going to take a bounce out of bounds, but Canfield's going to get the ball on the Boardman side of the field. Looks like right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
So 20-yard punt, no return. Cardinals will start 1st and 10 at the 45. We'll be back after this from the Purple Cat.
Jimmy Sutton here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
We're back. 1st and 10 Canfield. Handoff is to Toby Smith, and he's got a lot of running room as he rumbles down inside the 30-yard line.
You can see Canfield starting to kick it up a notch. Took that edge pretty easy off Boardman there. There's nobody covering number 10 right now if they snap the ball.
Well, Andre Freeman is going to head out that way. Give is to Mike Crawford. He'll have a good gain on 1st down. Camus Andahar on the tackle for Boardman, but not before Crawford gets 5. 2nd down and 5 at the 22 for Canfield. Lowry will look to throw. To the near side, he completes the pass to Jake Schneider. And he'll be brought down by Andahar and... Is that Anthony? No, not Anthony Hightower. That's Raiden Joseph Robinson.
Yeah, looks like good enough for a 1st down. And we just play so far off on defense in the secondary. I don't know what they're afraid of, but man, soft coverage like that, you could pick a quarterback like Brock. You could pick these guys apart all day.
Canfield inside the audible call red zone. Crawford, the ball carrier, he'll be stopped after a short gain. Jared Mahood with another tackle for Boardman. Flag coming up, and we're going to get a sideline warning against the Spartans. First one is just a warning. Next one will be a penalty. Interesting, we get a sideline warning when the ball's well inside the 20.
Not really sure
what they're impeding there, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul. Give is to Crawford again. He'll be stacked up by the center of the Boardman defensive line, and he'll bring up 3rd down for the Cardinals. Third down for Canfield. We've said it several times in this first half. Boardman defense really needs to stiffen now and force Coach Pavlansky to have a decision to make.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy slant if he plays off him.
Lowry will keep it himself, and he'll be into the end zone for a touchdown. Drags Fernando Ortiz with him. So with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the first half, the score now, Canfield 13, Boardman 3.
Did a nice job containing them up to this point, but it looks like they're flexing their muscle a little bit on us. Got to see if we can find some answers defensively and hopefully keep moving the ball offensively and get some points up on the board.
Ben Pugh on to attempt the extra point. Snap is high. He won't get to do that. And running with the ball is Oliver Kovas, the holder, but his pass is incomplete, so there's a break for the Spartans. Canfield, the high snap. Kovas brought it down. No chance to get the kickoff. And with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the first half, Canfield leads 13-3. You know, Boardman's got a timeout, and they've still got plenty of time, so if you're that Boardman offense, you got to look at the positive here. You've moved the ball well against Canfield. Time to put some points on the board here just before halftime.
And if you're Boardman, just keep doing what was working. I mean, they're not going to make any adjustments till the second half anyways once they get huddled up. So keep doing what's been working for you, getting the ball down the field.
We're going to take a break for this message from WRS Insurance.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Zach Ahmed, the 6'5" soccer player for Canfield, handling the kickoff duties, number 85. He'll put the ball in play from the 40-yard line. That last Canfield scoring drive, 6 plays, 45 yards, took 2 minutes, 35 seconds. The final 12 was Brock Lowry himself carrying some Spartan defenders into the end zone. So Canfield up 13-3.
And Don, I'm looking at some other scores in the area that are crucial for Boardman, and it looks like Steubenville's jumping out on University 21-7 in the second quarter, so that's a big boost for the Spartans.
Ahmed with a big leg will get this into the end zone and through the end zone.
Yeah, it didn't in the end zone. What are you talking about?
Saw him play soccer earlier this year. Of course, Boardman and Canfield in the All-American Conference. They split their 2 games. Canfield won at home, Boardman won at home. And noticed a very tall player in the center of the formation for Canfield. And it was Zach Ahmed, 6'5".
That's a big boy.
He was big. My son Carter was defending him, and Carter is nowhere near 6'5". Warren Harding on top of Austin Town Fitch, 14-10 in the second quarter, so that a bit of a surprise maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Harding definitely has the athletes. And defensively, man, they get after it.
Thomas will keep it himself. He's got running room up the middle, and he'll be stopped at the 35-yard line. Brock Lowry making the tackle for Canfield, and if he doesn't get him, Thomas may still be running.
Yeah. And again, just keep doing what's been working for you this half so far. You got to keep it up.
Raising
Plenty
Cane's bringing us our replays here tonight, so thank you to them. Give us to Sean O'Hora. O'Hora up the middle.
I got a feeling, though, Sean's going to break one of these times. I mean, he's close. That second level, the linebacking unit's been able to creep in on him a little bit, but just one more layer of block, and he's off and running.
Clock is running. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left before halftime. Boardman holding on to 1 timeout. Pitches it out to
Willie
Torres, and Willie Torres will have enough for the first down as he's knocked down over the 45-yard line, so the chains will move again for Boardman.
Willie Torres, just a sophomore. Kid's going to be a phenomenal player for Boardman for years to come. Linebacker, running back, he's got that mean streak in him.
Terrence Thomas keeps it himself, spins out of a tackle, gets onto the Canfield side of the field. He'll have about 5 as the clock runs under 2 minutes here in the first half.
That's one thing I've noticed, that a lot of the times these kids aren't taught to wrap up on the tackles. They like to lower their shoulder and try to knock these kids down. Nice spin move out of that tackle by Thomas.
Give this to
O'Hora.
O'Hora with a short gain. It'll bring up a short 3rd down conversion attempt here. Be about 3rd and a long 2 for Boardman.
It's going to be 3rd down, 4th down, whatever it needs to be. They're not punting on this one. Be nice to get a first down right here, though.
Throws it out to Anthony Hightower. And Hightower will attempt to head for the sidelines. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, Boardman.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Hightower was doing on that. I mean, basically ran laterally, and that was about it. And didn't even try to cut upfield.
That sort of situation, you got to know where the marker is.
Yeah.
You got to put your foot in the ground and head upfield.
Yeah.
There was 2 or 3 Canfield defenders that way. You weren't going to string that out far enough.
Put your foot down, try to cut it back, do whatever you got to do. But, man, you got to do everything you can.
A little bit of confusion now here as the play's being signaled in from the Boardman sidelines. Clock continues to run. We're down at 30 seconds right now. I just wonder if maybe we should have used the timeout right there.
Yeah.
By the time they get this off, we're going to be at 20 seconds. Thomas will keep it himself. Tries to make a man miss. He'll have enough for the first down, and they better get a timeout here pretty quickly. 18 seconds to go before halftime.
Difference between Thomas and Hightower right there. Thomas had to make that lunge. Hightower, if he would have done that, maybe would have got that first down. Somebody's down, though. Is that him?
Can't tell who that is. Whether that's Thomas. I think it is Thomas because I don't see him coming over to the sideline.
He may be okay. He may have just got the wind knocked out of him when he lunged for that first down. Looks like a couple guys came down on top of him. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Warming up on the sidelines is Nico Holshoe. We've seen Nico in several games this year. Threw one touchdown pass. He's only 2 of 4.
Unfortunately, Terrence has to come out this play with 18 seconds to go.
So they did not use the timeout. The injured player stopped the clock. The clock will run on the ready to play here. 18 seconds, so Boardman needs to be ready to snap it.
Oh, there's nobody covering the slot receiver.
Holshoe straight back. He looks, and he had Cam Thompson open at the far sideline, just overthrew it.
That play took 10 seconds, too. There's really not a whole lot you can do there. I mean, obviously, you can still throw the ball across the middle of the field, hurry up and call a timeout, but would have been nice to connect with Cam Thompson on that. I mean, tough for the kid just to come into the game and make a throw, though.
And Thomas will come back out now. So Holshoe in for one play. Throws his 5th pass of the season, which was incomplete. He had Thompson down at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah.
And he would have got out of bounds. So you could have maybe taken a shot at the end zone, and if you didn't get it, you have a chance to try to kick that field goal with Cole Conkson. Thomas straight back. And he'll run and get out of bounds with 2 seconds left to play on the clock. At the, where are they going to spot it at? They're going to spot it at about the 33-yard line.
About
a 50-yard field goal attempt from here, and here comes Cole Conkson. And you know what? Why not?
Absolutely. Kid's got plenty of leg. Plenty of leg. He scored 30 goals on the soccer field thus far this year. The soccer team will be in action tomorrow night against Kent Roosevelt. Has a tremendous leg, and I'm not sure what the longest field goal in the history of Boardman High School is, but I'm sure Dave Matz will let us know. Yeah. Is Boardman icing Conkson right now?
So timeout Spartans. Might as well use it. Make sure that you're exactly prepared for what you want to do here.
Absolutely.
50-yard attempt. Last time I saw an attempt this long in a high school game was back in my high school days. Of course, I'm a graduate of Austintown Fitch. And Jeff Wilkins, who went on to kick at Youngstown State in the NFL for several years.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. I remember him making a game-winning one against Massillon of 40-some yards as the clock expired. So
I just saw one, a 59-yarder on TikTok the other day, Don.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Kid out of Texas, man. He booted that ball. I tell you what, that kick looked like it would have been good from 69.
So Fernando Ortiz, the holder, Cole Conkson from the far hash mark at the 40, and exactly a 50-yard attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's going to be short. So Cole Conkson's attempt is no good from 50 yards.
Didn't look like he was able to get underneath the ball enough on that. That's right. 50-yard attempts. They're not easy. They're not guaranteed anyways. So
your halftime score is Canfield 13, Boardman 3. Boardman will get the ball to start the second half. And 13-3. We'll be back. You're going to see both of these marching bands here today, two of the better ones in the area. So enjoy the halftime show. On behalf of Donnie, this is Don. We'll see you after halftime.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, We are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
The Cardinal Pride Marching Band. The Cardinal Pride is under the direction of Michael Kelly, James Boardman, and Michael Bay, and assisted by slackline instructor Brian Elliott, percussion instructor Dylan Bowen, and mechanical student teacher from the University of Akron.
our traditional opener, fanfare for the common man, followed by the theme from the Avengers. Each year, the seniors choose a song from their past 4 years in band for senior night for their senior feature. This one was chosen from when they were freshmen. It was way back in 1978 that Barry Manilow first told the musical story of Lola and Tony, and how their love was ended by a big shot named Rico. We now bring you back to that famous club, the Copacabana. The Boardman Band is fast approaching its 100th year of existence. For nearly a century, Boardman Band members get to hold the past, present, and future of the band in their hands for 4 years at a time. It's times like these, tonight, senior night, that make them realize just how quickly those years pass. Fortunately, they get to keep the band forever in their hearts and memories. Seniors, we thank you so much for your contributions to the Boardman Band and wish you the very best through this school year and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to present the Boardman Band members of the class of 2022.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
Saxton is here for a very special presentation. As you may have noticed, construction is again underway at the Boardman Spartans Stadium. The stadium project continues to move toward completion thanks to the boosters and generous community donors.
Recognition now being made on the field for a generous donation to the Boardman Stadium project. Boardman graduate Chuck Whitman, a 1972 Boardman graduate of CTW Development, made a donation of $40,000 to the stadium project. So as you're in and around Spartan Stadium, you see the new ticket booths and facade going up, made possible by that $40,000 donation. So Chuck Whitman being recognized here at halftime on the field at Spartan Stadium. Athletic Director Marco Marinucci out there, Superintendent Tim Saxton, and then the Whitman family. Halftime score, Canfield 13, Boardman 3. Boardman's lone score came on a Cole Conkson 32-yard field goal in the first quarter. Canfield countered that with a 12-yard run by Brock Lowry and a 9-yard touchdown pass from Lowry to Drew Carochi. One of the extra points was no good, so the score 13, Canfield, Boardman 3. Donnie, what a difference a week makes. Last week it was shirt sleeve weather out here. You go out at halftime from our 72-degree press box location, and folks are in gloves and hats and winter coats.
I was carrying the water up from the concession stand. My hands are freezing.
So just like last week, Boardman has a deficit to overcome here in the second half, and we thought they were out of it in that game against Fitch, and came down to the very last play of the game with a field goal by Josiah Burneye. So Boardman has shown that they do have the ability to come back. Hopefully they can do it here tonight.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see if they could put that same second half together they did last week. I mean, it's now or never for them.
Some scores from around the area. Struthers trails Poland 28-6 at the half. Steubenville leads the University School 27-7, and that's an important score because the University School sits behind Boardman in the computer rankings. Austintown Fitch and Warren Harding are in a battle. The Raiders lead that one at the half, 21-13. LeBray all over Camel Memorial, 48-7. At the half, South Range 20, Hubbard nothing.
That's surprising to me. I thought that would be at least a back and forth scoring affair.
Girard leading Niles 28-14 at the half. Garfield 14, Liberty 7.
Another surprising game, and Garfield's been they're going for 10-0. They've been a phenomenal team all year. Liberty's turned it on as of late though. Their athletes are coming together.
Valley Christian leads East Palestine 7-0. That score showing in the first quarter, so undoubtedly they're further along in the game, waiting for that one to update.
Yeah.
Cheney leads East 19-8 at the half. That's important too because Boardman needs those points in the secondary level for the computer rankings from Cheney. So just about ready to get underway here in the second half. Zach Ahmed, the 6'5" soccer player handling the kickoff duties for Canfield, will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Deep for the Spartans, number 1 Anthony Hightower and number 3 Cam Thompson into the ball game. You'll remember he came off in the first half with what we think was a shoulder injury of some sort. Thompson, a dangerous return man. He's already brought one kickoff back for a touchdown this year, and the Spartans would surely like to see him do that again.
Yeah, something tells me this ball is going to go out of the end zone, though.
Well, Ahmed kicked the first one out of the end zone. We'll see if he does it again.
Oh, sure.
And this one's going to be short. Well, a little bit shorter, midway into the end zone.
Short to his standards, let's just say that.
Landed on the S in the Spartans of the end zone. So the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. Just underway here in the third quarter. Game number 10. Temperatures 48 degrees outside, football weather, but there's no rain, dry, not much of a wind out there, so a comfortable night.
Yep.
Good crowd on hand here tonight for senior night.
Great crowd, great crowd.
Got a good performance from both of those marching bands, the Canfield band, the Boardman band. Great job by those young musicians.
And Don, it was nice to see Steve Coca down there at the concession stand, talking to him a little bit, talked about what a great job everybody's been doing on YSN. He's one of the advertisers here at the stadium as well. You know, it's nice to see that they tune in and listen.
Thomas will keep it himself. And after a lot of running around, he'll have a short gain, goes out of bounds on the far sideline, gain of about 2. Of course, Steve Coca's allegiance has got to be split here tonight. He's got a son playing for Canfield. He's got Coca's Pizza's locations in Boardman and Canfield. Of course, he's a Boardman grad, and we're thankful for all the support he gives the athletic department here at Boardman.
He really is. He's pretty much anytime anybody ever asks him to do something, he's always up for it.
2nd down and 8. Thomas will look to throw. He's looking towards Thomas Andahar and misses his receiver. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Boardman.
Not really sure Andahar is really running routes all that proper. I mean, he broke out of that cut there, rounded it out a little bit. That you make that cut, it's an easier opportunity to catch the ball. I mean, in the first half, he had one thrown over his head. He stopped running the route too. So just again, he's a sophomore, probably not used to playing much receiver, you know, but you got to learn those routes every now and again.
Coming into the game, he had just 2 receptions on the season for 31 yards. Thomas will keep it himself, and Thomas will have enough for the 1st down. Terrence Thomas calls his own number there, as he's done a number of times tonight. He'll get the 1st down.
Seems like they're keying in on Sean O'Horo, so Terrence has been able to break a few of those runs off. I mean, you got to keep up with that kind of game plan, because sooner or later it's going to loosen things up for the Canfield defense.
First and 10 Spartans. Ball is at the 32-yard line, just underway in the third quarter. Trickery there by Boardman. Hightower will get it out to Terrence Thomas. Thomas will attempt to leap over a defender, but he'll be brought down on the Canfield side of the field for a 1st down. So that's a little new wrinkle.
Yeah, definitely something they obviously had to work on this week of practice. But I tell you what, Hightower had 2 options there. He had Cam Thompson, had a guy beat by 2-3 steps. I don't know if he could have made that throw or not, but nice easy throw underneath to Terrence Thomas for that nice 1st down. A little bit of a tough way to go down, though, for Thomas. Got to be careful there.
We got a Canfield Cardinal shaking up on the other side of the field. That is Oliver Kovas, a 5'11", 170-pound senior. And we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back after this from WFMJ.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Canfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99. And $2 beer starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
Kovas is still down on the other side of the field. The Boardman Booster Club, Gridiron Club, giving away some prizes here. A half of a cow. A fire pit was given away while we were at commercial break, and unfortunately, Donnie, neither of us had the winning ticket.
Yeah, bought 9 tickets to that thing too.
And I was just cleaning out my freezer in the hopes of filling it up.
So I, if the joke around town is if I would have won the half cow, I would have been able to have another one of my famous, we call them meat fests, where we do all kinds of cooking, and then everybody comes and brings their own side dishes and everything else. It ends up being a good time.
So you're saying there's not going to be a meat fest?
No, that's the only way I can convince my wife. is if somebody gave me a boatload of meat.
Kara, we want to have a meat fest.
Yes.
If you're watching, we'd like to have that event again. Kovas still down, the training staff for Canfield looking at him. Not sure, he's on one knee.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, the way that Thomas went high on that, he tried to leap, and maybe he took a nice little knee to the head. You know, he's struggling. I mean, he's on his knees, but he's coming up a little bit, and he goes right back down. So I mean, he's struggling quite a bit there.
Hopefully he's all right. Certainly don't want to see anyone get hurt. Just an update. Boardman senior golfer Ryan Sam qualified for the state tournament, played his first round today down at the Ohio State Scarlet Course in Columbus. Shot a 77, and he's tied for 24th. So yeah. Ryan Sam and the Spartan golf team has had a great year, and he's recording himself well in Columbus. Both the boys and girls golf teams were All-American Conference champions this past season. They joined the girls cross-country team as All-American Conference champions. Yeah. And the girls tennis team shared the title with Canfield. So great job by all those, we call them Olympic sports here at Boardman. The Spartan soccer team, the boys, won their first round game in overtime in thrilling fashion on Wednesday night against Akron North, and they'll play here tomorrow night against Kent Roosevelt in the second round of the state tournament. Jay Kovas is off, so now Boardman offense will want to play again. Throws it out to Anthony Hightower, and Hightower that time goes straight up the field. Yeah. It'll get a nice gain of about 6 down to the 40-yard line.
He needed to do that. He needed to do that in the first half. That was a critical 4th down, but luckily the next play, or 3rd down, luckily the next play, Terrence Thomas was able to get it. But shout out to Jason Treveri watching at home. He says meat fest either way, Don. So
okay.
I don't know. Jay, you got to talk to my wife. Convince her, buddy.
2nd down and 4 for the Spartans. O'Hora in the backfield with Thomas. He'll take the handoff, go straight up the middle, and have enough for the first down, barreling inside the 35-yard line to the 33. Also like to take a moment. We know we get people watching from all over the country, Spartan alumni, people from the area. If you are watching us outside of the area, send us a text at 330-299-8527. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know who you are and where you're watching from, and you might even get a mention on the air.
Absolutely.
I can almost guarantee you're going to be mentioned on the air.
I tell you what, I had a couple guys down there at the concession stand. They want to come up in the booth to give shout-outs. I said,
maybe they want to come up in the booth and get warm.
I'm pretty sure that's what they want to do because it is cold down there.
False start by the Spartans will back them up 5. So not what Coach Antrim wanted. 9 minutes, 55 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. That'll back them up to the 40, or actually the 38-yard line.
And I wasn't up here at halftime. Did we know how far away Sean is from second all-time?
I do not know. Unfortunately, the concentration during halftime was on the buffet.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Terrence Thomas straight up the middle. He'll get back the penalty yardage and then some, setting up a 2nd down and short at the 25-yard line.
If anything, that's worked for them all night. So, I mean, there's no need to go away from it unless you want to have single press coverage on Cam Thompson and maybe take a shot over the top with no safety help.
Thompson by himself on the bottom part of your screen. Throws out to Hightower. He'll head straight up the field. Makes a man miss. My goodness, what a move by Hightower. And he'll be knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line at the 14. So just like that, the Spartans are at the audible call red zone. I'm told Sean O'Hora has 58 yards. So he would be 25 short. Is it? No.
26 short of.
29 short.
29,
he's 87. He needs 87 to be second all time. Yep. So 29 short. Needs 125 for 1,000 on the year. Thanks to Greg Goulis for keeping the stats for us here tonight. Give is to Sean O'Hora. He'll barrel straight up the middle, gets down to the 10-yard line.
Keeling ran with that tackle from the 27, Don Marzano. Gain of 3 yards, second down and 7.
Shout out to Steve Gilmartin watching from home, pointing out that we had the first quarter up the whole time. Hopefully we fix it now, Steve.
Donnie told me to keep that 1 up there to indicate that we're number 1.
We are number 1 in everybody's hearts.
Thomas will keep it himself, scrambling around, makes several. And looks like he fumbled the football.
Yeah, sometimes when
just like that, Canfield gets the ball back.
Those are some tough plays, man. Just trying to make a move, trying to make an extra yard for your team, and unfortunately got the ball poked out. But
I was just about to say, Boardman has moved the ball well tonight, as well as we've seen them move the ball all year long.
They really have.
But just can't punch it inside the red zone. But I've said it before, it's time for the defense to do their thing. Matt Finnemore is watching from Houston, Texas tonight, says go Spartans. He's in the BHS class of 2005. Matt, we're glad you're with us down in Houston.
Pretty sure it's probably a little bit warmer down there.
Give is to Crawford. He'll be brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Fernando Ortiz. No gain, second down and 10.
And if you're Canfield strategy, you figure you're up 2 scores right now. Boardman is moving the ball on you, so a lot of play clock is what I'd be doing if I'm Canfield.
Lowry will look to throw. He'll complete it to the far side. That's to Drew Rostek, 6'4" junior. Enough for a first down at the 21-yard line. Andre Freeman on the tackle, and I think he's given up about 10 inches at least in height to the 6'4" Rostek.
You know, Don, who we haven't heard from in a while is Matt Ward. I wonder if he's at home sitting nice and cozy by the fire watching us on YSN.
He might be. Lowry will tuck it and run himself, and he's got some room through the middle of that Spartan defense, and he'll be out very close to the first down marker at the 31-yard line. And Stephen Conti on the tackle for Boardman, but not before Lowry has another Canfield first down.
And Don, when you look at Lowry, he just looks like a big boy. And if he looks like a big boy all the way up here, I can't imagine what he's like down on that field. Says 6'3", 195 or 185, whatever it is, but he sure looks a lot bigger than that.
And it looked like some motion before the ball was snapped. One of the Canfield backs definitely moved before the ball snapped, but no flags that time. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman, but not before Canfield has 7 yards and it's second down and 3. You get the feeling that Boardman needs to make a stop here and now in order to keep this a ball game. Give it to Crawford. And he'll have enough for the first down out to the 43-yard line.
Don, I got to give a major shout out to Sam Dubel watching from home. Sam had a successful ACL repair surgery yesterday. Sam, I hope you're resting well and hopefully you're on a path to a nice speedy recovery. We're sure going to miss you the rest of the way this year, but we got your back, kid.
Did a great job last year on the basketball court. Was looking forward to seeing her play again this year, but she'll be back. Pass is complete out to Drew Rostek. He'll have enough to move the sticks again. So Canfield methodically picking apart this Boardman defense and moving right down the field.
And it's easy to do when you're playing soft coverage on them. I mean, they're just going to pick you apart. I understand, there could be some deep threats there. They did take a chance once over the middle on a deep ball, but man, to play that soft is just you're giving them 6-7 yards right off the gate.
Crawford is the ball carrier again. He was just short there. We thought he had the first down. He's going to get it now. So that was second and short. He'll get to the 45-yard line, enough for a Canfield first down.
It's crazy looking at that flag. There's not 1 ounce of wind out there right now.
First and 10, Canfield at the 45. Lowry straight back to throw, deep drop, looking down the field, scans his receivers, and he's going to be sacked by Joe Safara.
Big time sack by Joe Senior. He knows what's at stake here. Crazy to see that Brock held on to the ball that long. Usually when you're in the pocket that long and you're dancing around and not really doing much, you're just allowing them to come get you. Be nice to see if
second down and 17. Lowry once again calls his own number, and they've done a lot of damage with that tonight, really right up the middle.
They really have. And if you're Canfield, you're probably flirting on 2-down territory here, as it is on this side of the 45-yard line.
3rd and 8, Canfield. They're at the Boardman 43. This drive started back at their own 10. Lowry with plenty of time, and now the pocket breaks down, and he's going to be sacked once again. So you'd have to say that was a coverage sack because he had plenty of time to get rid of the ball, just did not have an open receiver down the field.
It looked like number 4 was coming out of his break. Looked like he would have been open for a split second, but you gotta throw that ball through a needle.
Danny Inglis on to punt for Canfield. Cam Thompson will set up at the 10-yard line. And you know that what that sack did is guaranteed they were going to punt here.
Yeah.
So very important.
Not really sure what happened there.
Offsides against the Boardman punt return team. Not enough for a first down, but now the punt unit will come off the field for Canfield. So
reset the clock to 3-1-3. 3-1-3.
Fourth and 7 for the Cardinals, and it's going to be a quick kick by Lowry. So Canfield will down it at the 10. So Boardman defense gets a stop. And you know, unfortunately, Boardman does get the ball.
Yeah.
But you sure would have liked to seen a punt and give Cam Thompson a chance to
absolutely
return it. And that's what that penalty prevented right there.
Yeah. Smart call by Coach Pavliansky on that little pooch punt by Brock Lowry. I mean, you figure if you're Boardman though, you're down 2 scores, just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. You've been able to move the ball between the 20s all day on Canfield. You just one of these plays has to just spring them for a touchdown.
Last drive ended in a turnover down in the Canfield red zone. Boardman looking to get down there again on this drive. Give us to O'Hara. O'Hara with running room up the middle. He'll get 7 yards out to the 17.
And those are runs early in the game that were 2-3 yard runs for Sean O'Hara. Now they're 5, 6, 7 yard runs. And this is where your horse needs to come alive. He's been your battle tested player all year long, and I can't say enough about the kid. I mean, I know I probably over talk about him, but he's well deserving of that fact.
Give it to him again, this time around the right side. And he'll have enough for the first down. Dragged out of bounds. Up over the 25-yard line. 8-yard gain for O'Hara. Drew Carochi on the tackle for Canfield.
He's getting awfully close to that second all-time leading rusher for Boardman.
Needed 87 yards coming into the ball game, and he's getting very near that. Give us to Anthony Hightower. Reverses direction. And he'll get 4 yards on first down.
Tripping him up with number 34, Toby Smith. Gain of 5 yards. Second down and 5 for the Spartans.
Clock running, under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Give us to O'Hara. Not much there. Center of that Canfield defensive line stopped him after a short gain. It'll bring up third down, and we'll call it 5.
Yeah.
Thomas keeps it himself. No, that's
weird.
Hightower. Had us fooled. Hightower plenty enough for the first down into Canfield territory, brought down at the 45-yard line.
It was almost like they ran together with the ball, but obviously that's illegal to do. But it sure looked like Thomas had that ball for a while.
Kind of lost him there in the center of that scrum of the offensive and defensive lines, and then all of a sudden Anthony Hightower popped up. But first down, Boardman.
And one thing you got to do if you're Hightower, I know you're not normally a running back, but man, you got to put that ball on the outside hand, especially when you have 3 guys coming on pursuit.
High snap. Thomas is able to get it, and he's just going to throw this one away. Was looking for a screen pass that wasn't there.
Looks like he took a little bit of a shot there too at the end.
Training staff out to take a look at him. Didn't see it. Was looking at the pass. Was it a late hit or no?
Looked like they may have gone a little low on him at the end of the play. I don't know if it was anything malicious though. I just think it was a pursuit.
Nico Holshoe, we saw him in the first half. It looks like we'll see him again here in the second half. Holshoe is a 6'3", 180-pound sophomore who's seen action in a number of games this year. Actually does have a touchdown pass.
You figure 6'3" as a sophomore, he probably still have a couple more years of growth too.
So Terrence Thomas is up and under his own power coming off the field, which is a good sign. He'll have to sit out at least one play.
And again, Boardman's done a nice job moving the football. I mean, it's weird that they only have 3 points on the board. It seems like this game's a little bit different than that. I mean, and honestly, it seems like it's a little different for Canfield as well on offense. You would think they'd have more than 13 at this point.
17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Holshoe in a quarterback for Boardman. He'll look to throw. Completes it across the middle to Anthony Hightower. He'll get 3 yards. It'll bring up third down and 7 for the Spartans. So Hightower, a big part of the offense here this evening. That'll be the final play of the third quarter with the score Canfield 13, Boardman 3. We'll take a break and be back after this from Youngstown from YSN.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood.
Okay, 3rd and 7, Boardman here to start the 4th quarter. Trailing by 10. Thomas will complete the pass once again to Anthony Hightower, short of the first down. We'll set up a 4th and short for Boardman. I don't think there's really any decision to be made here.
No, you have to. I mean, you're down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. You gotta go for it.
Some of the bigger bodies coming into the game now for Boardman. 4th and short at the 42.
Not sure what the play clock is.
And Sean O'Hara will have plenty for the first down, barreling down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Spartans.
That 4th down run is all you need to know about Sean O'Hara. He met that defensive lineman right at the line of scrimmage and muscled through for another 3, 4, 5 yards. I mean, the kid, that's where the kid's at. That's who you got to rely on right now.
1st and 10 Spartans at the 30. 10:53 clock is running here in the ball game. Thomas back to pass, looks over the middle, and pass in and out of the hands of Cam Thompson.
Looks like might get a roughing the passer there.
You're going to get a 15-yard roughing the passer against Canfield, so that'll take them down inside the red zone to the 15-yard line. Guilty party was Dom Marzano, a junior defensive lineman for Canfield.
Terrence Thomas is hot. He is not happy about that roughing the passer.
Thomas comes off the field. Holshoe back in at quarterback for Boardman. 1st and 10 at the 15, inside the audible call red zone. Holshoe with a bad snap there. He's able to get it down. Fernando Ortiz gets the handoff, but that play was doomed from the start.
Yeah, and if you're Holshoe, you just got to, instead of trying to hand that off as quick as you did and see those guys come in, just tuck that ball and drop down. I mean, there's no...
So 2nd and 15, ball back to the 20-yard line. Not sure why Thomas came off there, but he was off for one play and came right back in.
Oh, you know
Did
what?
his helmet come off?
His helmet came off. His helmet came off.
Yeah, safety of primary importance, but his helmet came off because of a penalty by Canfield. Thomas looks to throw. He'll complete that to Anthony Hightower and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, or very close. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Spartans.
Yeah. This game's reminded me a lot of the Warren Harding game, where they'll target Hightower for quite a bit. You still got that big number 3 over on the other side of the field that you can definitely get some one-on-one coverages with.
Boardman has moved the ball well tonight between the 20s.
Really
it's
have.
just when we get into the red zone where we've had the problems. Sideline warning against the Canfield coaching staff. Looks like Coach Pavlansky was well out onto the field and that flag came out.
We having issues with the play clock?
The play clock has been kept on the field for the second half. I'm not really quite sure why they've done that, but when you were down getting your snack at halftime, they did mention that.
Okay.
Give is to Anthony Hightower. And he'll get a few yards, and they'll bring up a 4th and long for Boardman. And we're going to see Cole Conkson come out to attempt another field goal. He missed from 50 yards in the first half. He made a 32-yarder for Boardman's lone points of the game. Conkson's kick is up, and his kick is good. So, with 8 minutes, 46 seconds left to play, Boardman pulls to within a touchdown. It's Canfield 13, Boardman 6.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Canfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
Back here at Spartan Stadium with 8 minutes, 46 seconds left to play in the ball game. Canfield leads Boardman 13-6. Boardman's 2 scores, 2 Cole Conkson field goals, 1 of 32, and the one that he just kicked, 31 yards for the 6 Boardman Spartan points here tonight. Conkson will kick it off. An onside kick there for Boardman. And let's see what they signal. I don't know if it went 10 yards, but the official's talking. 1st and 10 Spartans at the 49-yard line.
Wow.
And if Coach Pavlansky doesn't watch himself now, he's going to get a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
First and 10 Spartans. We get the confirmation from referee Jeff Davis.
Big time gutsy call there.
It was, and you know what? I wasn't even thinking onside kick there.
Yeah.
So that
Especially
just goes to show.
One-score game, 8:40 to go. Catch them off guard. I mean, hey, kudos to the coaching staff on that one.
So there's 8 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Boardman just trails by a touchdown here, and the crowd at Spartan Stadium getting loud. That student section decked out in pink down there to our left, making a lot of noise. Timeout, Boardman. Coach Antrim is beside himself, not sure what was wrong there. We've seen a number of times this year, Donnie, where there's been a timeout on the field, change of possession, something like that, and we immediately have to call a timeout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's something they really need to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
So some players not in the proper positions given Coach Antrim's demeanor down there. So in case you're wondering, Sean O'Hora has 57 yards on the evening tonight. He needs 88 to be second on the all-time list here at Boardman High School. He needed 125 yards coming in to get 1,000 for the season. So we'll continue to keep track of that. Plenty of ball game left to go here. So O'Hora certainly capable of getting himself to second place on the all-time list. After the timeout, Boardman 1st and 10 at the 48. Thomas will fake the handoff, looking to go deep down the field for Anthony Hightower, and he brings it in. Anthony Hightower into the end zone for a touchdown. 52 yards.
It's going to get called back for a hold.
And it's going to come back for a holding penalty. Flag on the play. That holding penalty was on number 66, Tyler Cherney.
Wow.
And that 52-yard touchdown pass, tremendous catch by Anthony Hightower, will come back. Another flag went down at the down near the goal line, probably for excessive celebration.
Yeah, but you can't. Once you call a holding penalty, you can't. I don't think
you can't take both of them.
You can't take.
Can't take both of them.
It's got to be a.
And the celebration is a post.
And Hightower's got to watch. You got to put that helmet back on, buddy.
Come on, let's go.
Get that high.
Put the helmet on, Hightower, and let's do this again. So it's 1st and 20 Spartans at the 38-yard line. And I'm real curious why Boardman's getting these sideline warnings when Coach Pavlansky from Canfield is
still
7 yards out on the field,
screaming at
ready to go. So Pavlansky's still on the field of play, and we're ready to start this ball game again. And I don't know what he's complaining about. They got the holding penalty, backed up Boardman. You're certainly not going to get both penalties enforced.
Right.
1st and 20. Thomas will tuck it and run.
Great block by O'Hara.
And Thomas will get a lot of that penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd down and 12 as he gets back up to the 46 before being knocked out of bounds. Second and 12, Boardman.
And if you're Anthony Hightower, you gotta understand, you're a senior. Okay, you didn't score the touchdown because of a holding penalty. Don't take yourself out of the game. Get your butt back in there, buddy. Come on, they need you.
He's been a big part of this offense tonight. Throw it out to Andahar. Check that. That is Thomas Andahar.
Thomas Andahar.
Yeah.
You got to move on. You got to regroup and move on. That's the nature of the beast. Penalties happen, big plays happen. They get negated all the time.
It's 3rd down and 8, Boardman.
It's extremely selfish by number 1, by the way.
Hightower on the bench, and this is never quite seen something like this before. Thomas will tuck it and run himself, and he's got the 1st down to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Boardman. Terrence Thomas cuts through that Canfield defense for the 1st down.
Big time run by Terrence Thomas. He's really come alive today.
First and 10, Boardman at the 40. Clock running, 7 minutes, 12 seconds left to play here in the 4th quarter. It's been a heck of a ball game here tonight. Some confusion in that Boardman backfield. Well, Thomas gets in position correctly, drops straight back, throws it down the middle of the field.
You got to throw a flag there.
And I cannot believe there's not a penalty marker there. He tackled Cam Thompson.
He was draped all over him.
Draped
I can't
all
believe
over
that.
him.
Out there on coverage for the Cardinals, number 4, Paulo Papalia.
Papalia was all over Cam Thompson, and from up here, and I know we're far away, he didn't even look back to play the football, and he took Thompson down. Thompson had no chance to make that catch. Cannot believe there wasn't a penalty marker thrown. So we'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Boardman. I'd go right back to that.
I tell you, the last 6 minutes of this game has been entertaining to say the least. I mean, a lot of weird stuff going on. I know we're getting close to Halloween, but man, I tell you what.
And I don't think we have a full moon tonight, do we?
No, it was last night.
Short pass intended for Cam Thompson, incomplete.
Big shout out to Amy and Steve Smith watching from home. I know Steve's recovering from shoulder replacement surgery. They're getting a kick out of us, I guess. I gotten in a little bit of trouble from the wife saying, "Oh, you're trying to plan a meat fest. I guess we're going to have it at the Smith's house."
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't care about the venue. I just want to eat.
That's it.
Thomas straight back to throw under some pressure. He'll get the screen away to Sean O'Horo, and O'Horo will have a short gain. It'll bring up 4th down and about 6.
Again, 6:35 to go. I mean, you're 2 down territory. You're obviously not punting right now. I mean, you're not really giving up much there. So just got to call a good play here. And honestly, I'd have no problem with Terrence Thomas keeping the ball.
Okay, 4th down and 6. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Thomas straight back to throw under some pressure. He'll put it up, and nobody home down the middle of that field.
It looks like Hightower didn't even run the right route. Looks like he cut the route off way too short.
So Boardman will turn it over on downs and look for their defense to make yet another big stop here tonight. Canfield take over, 1st and 10 at the 37 after that Boardman drive is stopped. And once again, Coach Antrim will look at this defense to make another stop.
There's nobody covering the slot receiver at all.
And they hand it off to Crawford. He'll be stopped short. It's a good thing that was a running play because no one was on the slot receiver.
At all. Clock is not going to be your friend right now.
2nd and 7. Boardman's got 2 timeouts left. Canfield with all 3. Of course, Canfield in no hurry.
Yeah, and remember, Boardman got that onside kick and they immediately had to call a timeout because they weren't aligned right offensively. So you don't want that to come back and bite them.
I'm looking for Lowry to tuck it and run it himself here. He's had some success doing that tonight. And nope, he'll give it to number 4. And 4 will get the 1st down and then some. That's Paulo Papalia. And he'll be knocked out of bounds on the far side, but not before he gets the 1st down.
Yeah, and again, we're in this lost art of tackling where everybody thinks you could just push the running back down. Well, running backs are strong. They're low center of gravity for the most part. You gotta arm tackle these kids. You gotta wrap them to the ground. Can't just keep trying to push them to the ground. It just doesn't work.
Got a Spartan down on the play. So we got an injury timeout on the field. We'll take it with them and be back after this from Boardman Acura.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. We don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best. So if you want it, you got to work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana, and I am why I'm proud.
There's the Boardman student section decked out in pink tonight. Of course, October is Cancer Awareness Month. And they've done a great job all season long with these theme nights and cheering their classmates on. And they really need the assistance from the student section here now.
Yeah.
Time for that Boardman defense to stiffen. 1st and 10 Canfield at the 35. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the ball game. The electronic play clock is not operating here in the second half for some reason, so they're keeping it on the field. I'll let it run down. And ball carrier will be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Short gain, maybe one, but more importantly, that clock continues to run.
Yeah. Approaching 4 minutes. Canfield's definitely not going to punt.
Second and 9, Canfield. Clock will be under 4 minutes by the time they snap it. They lead 13-6. Doubt we'll see the ball being put in the air here. Lowry will call his own number, and he'll be stopped at the 30-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and 5 Canfield. Jared Mahood on the tackle for Boardman once again. We've called his name a number of times tonight and all year long. 3rd down Spartans, or 3rd down Canfield at the Spartans 30. And if you're the Spartans, do you sell out against the run here? Because I don't see Canfield putting it in the air.
False start.
False start, and that'll stop the clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna venture to guess that number 12 is gonna take the ball up the middle of the field. We just got to get him right away.
False start against the Cardinals. It'll back them up 5, and more importantly, stop the clock at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. So that's even more important than that 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And there was 12 guys in the Canfield huddle, and this officiating crew missed it. Totally missed it. Unbelievable. Lowry calls his own number, and he'll be stopped short. But I'm not sure how this officiating crew missed 12 men in the huddle.
Yeah,
Let's count them when they come out here again, because that is inexcusable. Fourth and 4 for Canfield. Boardman uses their second timeout. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left to play here in the ball game.
12 guys in the huddle. No pass interference call. That's rough. This game deserves a better. I mean, it's still a one-score game, but man.
Hey, pass interference is a subjective call. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're going to get it, sometimes you aren't. Yeah. But the 12 men in the huddle right there.
Yeah.
How you don't see that, I'm not quite sure.
Especially when when the head coach is screaming for him to get out there, get out on the sidelines. That's tough.
Harding leads Austintown Fitch 27-21 in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that's a really good game.
Okay, all comes down to this. 4th and 4 at the 29-yard line for Canfield. Boardman gets the stop, they get a chance. Lowry will keep it himself, and he's not going to get anywhere near that first down marker. 1st and 10 Spartans going the other way as Canfield turns it over on downs.
It's now or never for Boardman. Here we go.
First and 10 Spartans at the 27. This is where I wish we had the telestrator. We could count the men on the field like they do in the NFL
absolutely.
games. So, DJ, if you're listening, we'd like to have that sort of technology. So maybe you can make that happen down at YSN Control. Single coverage on Cam Thompson up at the top of the screen. So we'll get it out to Hightower. And he will be knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Short gain, stops the clock. Just a gain of 2. More importantly, he gets out of bounds to stop that clock, because the clock really is the enemy more than anything else.
Absolutely. And it's interesting to see how Canfield's going to cover up Cam Thompson here. Early on, when he's in that small slot, looks like they have one guy on press, one guy right behind. Looks like they very well are cheating over, yeah. Still, I'd throw it up to him.
Give him a chance.
Absolutely.
Give him a chance. Give us to O'Hora. O'Hora with room through the middle of that field. He'll get up over the 40-yard line. He'll have a Boardman first down.
Big time run for Sean.
Spartans will have it 1st and 10 at the 41. Clock running, 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to play here in the game. Gets it out to O'Hora on the far side of the field. He'll get some yardage and then get out of bounds up near midfield. So nice gain by O'Hora. More importantly, stops the clock. And you know, Donnie, there's no moral victories here, but Boardman came into this game an underdog, and they've really acquitted themselves well here tonight.
Yeah.
Canfield knows they were in a ball game, one way or the other.
Absolutely.
And Thomas's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage or deflected. That's number 86, Hunter Canotts.
And that's okay. If anything, it stops the clock. Still manageable 3rd down and 4. It's third down 3.5.
And give is to one of the running backs, and he'll have enough for a first down. That's Sean O'Hora carrying.
Yeah.
Jeff Hamilton on the PA said Pat O'Hora with the ball carry. Ball carrier.
Believe me, Pat probably wants to carry the ball a few times.
1st and 10 Spartans. Give is to Hightower. Hightower.
He's not even running. I mean,
Hightower will be stopped for a loss on the play.
Ever since that touchdown was called back, his heart just hasn't been there.
Really needed to, if nothing else there wasn't going to be much to be gained. Get yourself out of bounds and stop the clock.
Absolutely.
3 receivers to the top. Thompson will be back to throw. Thomas, I keep calling him Thompson. He'll tuck it and run, and he'll get himself out of bounds.
Yeah.
Down at the 44-yard line. Third and 5 for the Spartans. 1:04 left to go here in the game. Ball's on the 44-yard line. 3rd and 6. Thomas to keep it himself. He'll have enough for the first down. Puts his head down. Gets to the 35-yard line. Chains will move. Clock running at 1 minute left to play.
Big time run by Thomas. All right, guys, let's go.
Give us to O'Hora. O'Hora will get inside the 30 to the 29. Clock continues to run. And Thomas will spike it to stop the clock. It'll be 3rd down and 5 with 35 seconds left to play. Both bands, I think it was a battle of the bands during this drive, were playing as the action was going on. You don't always see that.
Yeah, but you need the home band to stay quiet so the offense can do their work, so they can hear each other call the plays and get the snap counts right and everything else.
Okay, 3rd down and 5, Boardman. Thomas keeps it himself, and he's going to be stopped short of the line to gain at the 31. Clock running, 26 seconds, and now Boardman uses their final timeout.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I would have downed that ball there. Now it's 4th and short. I don't know. It's hard to guess. I mean, it's 26 seconds ago in the game. Such an intense game. It's tough.
So they do reset the game clock to 29 seconds. 4th and 2 Spartans at the 31-yard line. It all comes down to this. What do you do here, Donnie? I think Terrence Thomas is going to keep it himself.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is, I mean, obviously it's a turnover on downs if you don't get it. It does stop the clock, but you got to hurry up, and you're out of timeouts now, so you got to hurry up. I don't know if you're comfortable enough as a passer, if you're Terrence Thomas, to make a completion. So, man, I don't know.
Maybe if you get the first down, you immediately clock it, and you probably got about 20 seconds left to play.
Yeah, I'd say 20, 21 seconds, 22 seconds maybe if you're lucky. But man, I tell you what, here we go.
Because the clock will stop to move the chain, so you'll get a few seconds there. Spartan season may indeed come down to this. And Canfield will take a timeout.
Yeah.
So timeout Canfield. So I wanted to see what the Spartans came out in. Now they've had a look at it.
Press box is a little heated right now, Don.
Everybody's got their idea about what should be happening and who should be doing what, and a lot of opinions being thrown around up here, that's for sure. But, you know, it's been an exciting ball game to bring you here tonight between two area teams who haven't really played all that often.
Yeah.
So, been a very exciting game.
And let me tell you, Canfield was expected to come in and slaughter Boardman. I mean, you see the sign over there from the student section says Boardman's worst nightmare. I mean, hey, you know, for Boardman to be fighting and basically 26 yards away from tying this game, I mean.
Okay, once again, it's 4th and 2 Boardman at the 26-yard line.
Not sure what's going on here, but
look to the sideline, maybe changing the play. Thomas will keep it himself. He'll try to get to the edge, and he'll be brought down short. Does not get to the edge. Terrence Thomas will be brought down short, and the ball will go on over on downs to Canfield.
Wow. It's a tough one.
And, you know, they say there's no moral victories, and some of the Spartans coming off the field hanging their heads, but they've done a tremendous job tonight. Keep themselves in this ball game, but just come up a little bit short.
You can only hope that the rest of the cookies crumble for Boardman to make it to week 11.
Be watching some of the other scores to see what happens. Boardman can get into the playoffs. They needed some help. Basically, it was a win and you're in scenario for them tonight. And so now that they are going to drop this very tough ball game, 13-6 to Canfield. They'll have to wait and see what some of the teams in front and behind them do, but they still have a chance to get to week number 11.
Yeah.
It has really been our pleasure to bring you Boardman Spartan football this fall here on YSN. Donnie, it's been a great season. Been an exciting season first-year head coach Seth Antrim. The Spartans will finish out at 4-5. Certainly not the record they were looking for,
No.
but we're Coach Antrim's building a program, and we've seen some improvement as the year's gone on, and that's what you look for in a football team. And really excited now for 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, big group of seniors. I mean, we'll see what happens next week. We'll see if they get some magic on Sunday night and see how it all shakes out.
Sure will. For Donnie Riccatelli, Don Mascola here from Spartan Stadium, where your final score, Canfield 13, Boardman 6. We'll see you again down the road, whether it's basketball season or swim season. We'll be with you on YSN. And we play all those commercials throughout the game, and you see the rotating commercial at the top, or ad at the top of the screen. Please do business with those local businesses. They're the ones who allow us to bring you these high school matchups free of charge live here on YSN. For Donnie Riccatelli, Don Mascola from Spartan Stadium, we'll see you again in the future. Have a great night, everybody.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.